If someone can trigger you, they control you. It's that simple. The moment you react emotionally, anger, frustration, defensiveness, you've already lost the power dynamic. Not later. Right there. Most men think respect is earned through talking louder, explaining more, proving themselves. Wrong. Respect is lost in microreactions. In that 1 second where you couldn't control your face, your tone, your emotions, and people notice. They always notice. Part 1. The trap of reactivity. Most of you are trapped. Not physically, psychologically. You wait for replies. You overthink texts. You get irritated when ignored. You feel disrespected easily. That's not sensitivity. That's dependency. And dependency kills respect. Because the more reactive you are, the more predictable you become. And predictable men are easy to control. Someone insults you, you snap. Someone ignores you, you chase. Someone disrespects you, you explain yourself. You're not acting, you're responding, like a machine. And here's the harsh truth. People don't respect men who can't control themselves. Not because they're cruel, but because unconsciously they see you as weak, unstable, easily shaken. And no one trusts power in the hands of someone who can't even control their own emotions. Part 2. The stoic filter. Now here's where everything flips. Your emotions aren't the problem. Your lack of control is. Anger, frustration, and jealousy. These are not weaknesses. They're raw energy. And energy can be weaponized. Stoic philosophy isn't about becoming emotionless. It's about becoming selective. Strategic. You don't react, you choose. Think of your mind like a filter. Every situation passes through it. Insult, disrespect, rejection. Instead of reacting instantly, you process it. You ask, is this worth my energy? Because here's the shift. Not everything deserves a response. And when you stop reacting to everything, you become dangerous. Because now people don't know how to read you. Part 3. The silent strategy. Silence is where power lives. Not weak silence. Controlled silence. When you don't react, you create tension, a vacuum, and humans hate uncertainty. So what do? They start projecting. They start overthinking. They try to figure you out. And in that moment, you control the frame. Let me make this clear. The loudest man in the room isn't the most powerful. It's the one who speaks the least, but says exactly what matters. Because silence does 3 things. It signals control. It creates mystery. It forces others to come to you. And suddenly, you're not chasing respect anymore. People give it to you, not because you demanded it, but because you never needed it. Part 4. Practical execution. Now let's get practical, because theory without execution is useless. Here's what you do in the next 24 hours. First, delay your reactions. Someone triggers you? Wait, even 3 seconds. That gap is where control is built. Second, cut unnecessary explanations. Stop over-explaining yourself. You don't need to justify every decision. The more you explain, the weaker you look. Third, use strategic silence. In conversations, don't rush to fill gaps. Let silence sit. Watch how people start revealing more, trying to win your approval. Fourth, observe, don't absorb. Not everything deserves emotional investment. Train yourself to watch situations without getting pulled into them, like a commander observing a battlefield. Part 5. Why this actually matters. Let's stop pretending this is just self-improvement. This is survival. Because the world doesn't reward emotional men. It studies them, exploits them, uses their reactions against them. If people can predict you, they can manipulate you. If they can manipulate you, they control your life, your relationships, your respect, your opportunities, all decided by your inability to stay composed. And here's the brutal truth. You're not losing because you're unlucky. You're losing because you're readable, transparent, emotionally exposed. But the moment you master your inner world, You become unpredictable. And unpredictable men are dangerous, not because they're loud, but because they're in control. So decide, right now, are you going to keep reacting like everyone else? Triggered, emotional, easy to control. Or are you going to become the man people hesitate before testing? Because once you master this, you don't chase. You don't prove. You observe, you decide, you act. And that's power. If you're done being the guy who gets ignored, disrespected, overlooked, then subscribe to Stygian Codex. Because this channel isn't for average men. It's for men who are ready to become controlled, calculated, and dangerous. And if you haven't watched it yet, watch this next. The power of silence. Because the moment you learn to shut the right things off, you start controlling everything around you.